Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. So today, I'm going to be doing a video that I've done quite a few times here on my channel. It is a 4 palettes, 4 looks video. I've got 4 indie palettes. I bought all 4 of them, and I'm creating a look with each of them. And this is kind of just a fun little sampler taste test of all these new indie releases, creating a look with each of them. Now, of course, this is not a review on any of these palettes. I've really only used these palettes once. Dead Roses I've only used twice. So these will end up in the future in a palette ranking. That's how I review my palettes after I've used them enough. And this video idea was created by my friend Angelica Nyqvist. I will link her channel down below. And I just think it's a genius way to be able to show you a few different looks all in one video. If you've purchased these palettes, you can get some inspo if you want to shop your stash, etc. So yeah, not a review, but just some fun looks, okay? And spoiler alert, I loved every single look that I got from this video. So the first look you're gonna see is with the Bella Beauté Bar Dead Roses palette. It is their Valentine's Day palette for this year, and it is just absolutely stunning, an anti-Valentine's Day theme. Then the next look you're gonna see is with the Bella Beauté Bar and D'Andra Nicole Ultraviolet palette. This is a creator collaboration, and it is a monochromatic purple palette that is just stunningly beautiful, and I love D'Andra, so gotta support my girl. And then we have the Glamlite and Betty Boop palette. This is their Valentine's Day collection for this year, and we've got pinks, we've got reds, we've got some neutrals, we've got some mauve tones. I love Glamlite's formula, so I had to pick this up. And then the look that you are seeing on me right now is look number 4. I used the Beauty Bay Reckless Romance palette. I've never tried Beauty Bay before. This is my first purchase from the brand, and this color story just called to me. It called to me so much, I had to buy it. I had to buy it. Yes, had to buy it. I always put timestamps down below in the description box. If you want to skip around to certain palettes, you are welcome to do so. If you want to watch the whole thing, that helps me out a lot. And I will link all of these palettes down below, as well as everything that is on my face in every look. I don't know if I will be able to link them, but I will certainly at least list the products that I am using in every single look. And I think that's all I have to say. I would love it if you would stick around and subscribe if you love indie makeup like me. Like, we do a lot of indie makeup here. It's probably mostly what I do, and I love eyeshadows. So if you do, I would love it if you would consider subscribing and give this a thumbs up. And let's start off with look number 1 with the Bella Beauté Bar Dead Roses palette. I am so excited to create a look with the Bella Beauté... Bella Beauté Bar Dead Roses palette. Usually when I do these multiple looks, one video videos, it's a first impression, but I have already created a look with this palette, so this will be my second time using it. Spoiler alert, it is absolutely amazing. Bella Beauté Bar, the formula that they have is absolutely incredible, both the mattes and the shimmers. So this is their Valentine's Day release for this year, and it's kind of an anti-Valentine's Day themed palette. We've got pinks and reds, we've got some purples. At the moment of filming, it is available for pre-order 10 to 12 weeks out. It retails for $69. I did purchase this palette myself, and it says, my inspiration for this palette was the life cycle of a rose compared to the life cycle of a relationship from blooming to death. The top of the palette is full of blooming and vibrant colors, while the bottom half is where you find the dying dead vibes. This magnetic palette features 7 shifty multi-chromes and 2 sparkling duochromes, along with our beloved matte formula, vegan, paraben, and cruelty-free. I have already played with the bottom of the palette. I did create a Instagram reel / I believe I uploaded it on YouTube Shorts, so I will link that down below if you want to check it out. So today I'm going to play with the top of the palette using the pinks and reds. That's my plan. So I am first going to start off with the shade I Wish, this really pretty light pink, and I'm really excited because a lot of times with Bella Beauté Bar, they don't always put like a light matte shade in their palettes. And I'm a creature of habit, and I always need a transition shade. I want to play with this shade called Stupid Cupid, really pretty and unique coral shade, and I'm going to put this in my outer corner. I actually think I'm gonna halo this. I wanna take just like a tiny bit of this more true red called Love Stinks and just put it in the inner and outer corner as well. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Glitter Primer just in the center where I left my lid blank. I'm gonna go in with this shimmer called Be My Ex. It looks beautiful. That shade is absolutely stunning, like so much reflect and sparkle. Love it. All right, I just went off camera and added some more face makeup, or added face makeup, period. As usual with these videos, everything I'm wearing in every single look will be down in the description box if you're wondering. So let's continue and finish up the lower lash line. I'm not sure that I want to put reds on my lower lash line. I'm not crazy about doing that, so I think I am gonna dip into these shades down here. I'm gonna go in with a flat definer brush and I'm gonna go into the shade You Are the Worst, this like cool toned purple, and just push this up against my lower lash line. Ooh, that looks really pretty. I love that. Love that. All right, I'm gonna take a pencil brush and I'm gonna go into the shade Meh, that like mauve-y pink. It's a little brighter than a mauve, and just blend that out. For the waterline, I'm just gonna use a black liner. This one is from ColourPop in the shade Swerve. And for my inner corner, there's nothing in this palette that I'm really feeling for an inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna go off camera, finish up the rest of my makeup, do my hair, and I will come back to show you the final look. All right, and this is the finished look. What do you think? I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I mean, so far, the 2 times that I've used this palette, I've really enjoyed the looks that I've gotten out of it. And I think their quality is just so good. I'm gonna be a broken record when I talk about Bella Beauté Bar, but their mattes are some of my favorite mattes ever. They're just like ultra buttery, ultra pigmented, and their shimmers are really pretty too. I will say some of the shimmers are a little crumbly, which is not my favorite formula, but that's okay. Even the one that I used today, because I used a glitter primer underneath, I didn't have any issues. But yeah, I love this look. I love the theming for Valentine's Day. I like the packaging. So far, so good. Now, this is not a review. I have to keep using this palette, and I'll put it in a palette ranking in the future. But yeah, I just wanted to create another look with it. And so now I'm going to send you off to the next look. All right, I am going to create a look with the Bella Beauté Bar and D'Andra Nicole Ultraviolet palette today. Very excited. I love neutrals, but I also love purples. And this palette looks so amazingly beautiful. So like I said, this is from the brand Bella Beauté Bar. They did collaborate with D'Andra Nicole, who is a content creator on Instagram. She is a really nice, wonderful person, and she also creates amazing content, beautiful swatches, beautiful reels, great pictures. If you aren't following her, you definitely should be. I will link her down below in the description box. And she created the perfect purple palette. I'm here for it. I love Bella Beauté Bar's formulas, so I'm so excited to have a palette full of purples from them. So this is what the inside looks like. And I really love how this is laid out, that it's a monochromatic purple palette, but we have depth, we have different undertones, we have different textures. I love that there are a few more light to mid-tone mattes. Love, love, love that. And of course, we've got some deepening up mattes as well. And all of these shimmers look very different, which can be tricky to do in a large monochromatic palette. So let me give you a little bit of information about it. So this is the Ultraviolet X D'Andra Nicole eyeshadow palette. It is currently available for pre-order. It says 10 to 12 weeks. $62, 8 shifty and sparkly duochromes, 7 mattes. It is vegan, paraben, and cruelty-free. And I'm gonna link this palette down below. D'Andra has a whole little blurb about the inspiration behind the palette, why she did this. and all of that. So that is definitely something that you can read on their website. So let's get started. I have already primed my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Serenity, which looks like a really pretty pastel purple, and I'm just gonna place this through the crease. Really beautiful pastel purple, shows up great. Next up, I'm gonna go into the shade Peace, which is just slightly deeper, more of like a mid-tone on my skin tone. Actually, this one also is pretty pastel. Now that I have it on my eyes, it's just slightly deeper. Probably didn't need to do that, but here we are. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Royalty. This is definitely more of a mid-tone purple, and I'm just gonna place that through my crease. Wow, beautiful. Their mattes are just like so buttery, especially for purples. These are just blending seamlessly, but they're still pigmented. Next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Powerful on the outer corner. I literally just like sat here and swatched every single one of these shimmer shades to figure out which one I want to use. They're all so beautiful. I like really can't decide, but I made a decision. I'm gonna go in with Imagination. I can't help but think of SpongeBob.
Imagination.
So I did go ahead and put the NYX Glitter Primer down. I'm gonna go in with Honestly, all of these shimmers are so stunning. But I'm gonna go in with Imagination. That is so beautiful. All right, I'm back. I put some more makeup on my face. Let's finish up the lower lash line together. I'm gonna go in with the flat definer brush, and I'm gonna go into the shade Powerful and just push this up against my lower lash line. Next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Royalty and just blend out the lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with a little itty bitty fluffy brush. I'm going to combine Peace and Royalty and just blend out the lower lash line. And for my inner corner, I'm gonna go in with the shade Magical, this really pretty light purple shimmer. And I'm going to spray the brush as well. In my waterline, I am going to use ColourPop's Charmer. All right, I'm gonna pop off camera, finish up the rest of my makeup, and come back to show you the final look. All right, and this is the finished look. What do you think? I love it. I love it. I love purples, and all of these purple mattes were incredibly easy to use. Incredibly easy to use. Very buttery, very pigmented, but easy to blend out. Pretty effortless blending, and the shimmer on my lid is honestly stunning, and the one in my inner corner is perfect for an inner corner highlight. I always love when I have an inner corner highlight available to me in a palette, and I love this look. I don't know what else to say. Deandra, you killed it. Congratulations. And yeah, I'm very, very happy I picked up this palette. Honestly, if you haven't tried Bella Beauté Bar yet, you should. You really, really should. Their formulas are amazing. So I'm so excited to continue playing with this palette, and now I'm gonna send you off to the next look. All right, today we're gonna create a look with the Glamlite and Betty Boop collection. These are the only two things I bought from the collection, so I thought I would throw the blushes in here, even though this is really supposed to be like an eyeshadow video. But let's start off with the palette. So this is the Betty Boop and Glamlite palette. Absolutely adorable packaging as usual from the brand. I mean, I love Glamlite's packaging, and it looks like a TV on the unit carton. And I like Betty Boop. I can't say that I'm a huge Betty Boop fan. Let me know if you are, and of course, let me know if you picked this up. And then as per usual, we have the lenticular cover on the actual palette, and then on the inside, we have this gorgeous, gorgeous Valentine's Day color story, in my opinion. I think it is so pretty. In person, I think it looks a lot more neutral. It's got, you know, browns, that lean pink. We have a couple of pops of red, and then we have some mauve tones, but I don't think this is overly colorful. Now that could also be because there is a red background. I don't know. I'm so excited to play with this. I have not swatched it or anything, but I did talk to Heather Austin, and she told me that the shimmers are so pretty, which I love Glamlite shimmers anyway, so I'm not surprised. So with the palette, it does retail for $32. At the time of filming, it is still available. Boop a dupe into a world of glamour with our Betty Boop X Glamlite palette. This luxurious palette featuring 15 ultra iridescent and matte shades is housed in a retro TV box with a lenticular motion cover. Mauves and reds make it the perfect Valentine's choice. Unleash your creativity and create endless show-stopping looks with this versatile palette. All of the palettes featured in this video, all 4 of them, I purchased with my own money, or I purchased myself. So let's do it. I've already primed my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm first gonna go into the shade Boop Love, which looks like a mauve, basically, like a really pretty color. And I'm just gonna run this through the crease. That is just a really, again, pretty mauve-y transition shade for me. I went in with a very light hand, so it worked out perfectly. All right, next I'm gonna go in with the shade Irresistible, and I'm gonna place that lower in the crease and a little bit in the outer corner as well. That is a really pretty red that's got a little bit of brown to it. So it's not like shockingly red. It's very pretty. It's very, very pretty. All right, I'm gonna go in with a very small amount of this matte black just in my outer corner. I'm a little scared. It could be a mistake, but I'm gonna try it. That is a very pigmented black because I literally barely tapped my brush in there, and it's enough to completely cover my outer corner. So that's very pigmented. So I don't want to say that that black was hard to work with, but it did require a little bit of finagling, if you will, because of how pigmented it is. I wanted to blend it up, you know, into my outer crease, but I had to be super careful so that it didn't get to be too much and that I could get like a gradient. I'm not even sure that I really successfully did that. It's just a very pigmented black. I don't know what to choose for a shimmer. They're all so pretty. I think I'm gonna go in with this like kind of raspberry red one called Lucky Goyle. Cute, this one right here. I have already put the NYX Glitter Primer on my lid, so I'm just gonna put this pretty much all over the lid. Really pretty. I think I'm gonna take this tiny little itty bitty flat brush and I'm gonna go into the matte black called Little Black Dress. I'm gonna spray the brush and I'm gonna use that to line my upper lash line. All right, I'm back with more makeup on my face. Let's finish up the lower lash line together. I'm gonna go back in with that same brush that I used on my upper lash line and smudge the matte black on my lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with a pencil brush and I'm gonna go into the shade Irresistible and just blend that out. And I'm gonna go in with the Singe EO5, which is just a small fluffy brush. And I'm gonna go into that original matte shade we used, Boop Love, and just blend it out. In my waterline, I'm just gonna put a black. This one is from ColourPop in the shade Swerve. And for my inner corner, I'm super excited. I want to use this shade called pudgy. It looks very sparkly. I'm gonna pick that up on a Singe E01, and I'm gonna spray the brush because it looks like it could just poof everywhere. Wow, is that beautiful? Wow. Looks like it's an iridescent duochrome. It looks like it has a little bit of, I wanna say blue. Really stunning. The blush duo, let's talk about this for a second. I am looking on Glamlite's website and this is not on the website, so I'm assuming it's sold out. It's the only thing in the Betty Boop collection that I don't see like sold as an individual item anymore, so that's a bummer if you wanted it. Maybe they'll bring it back. But here is what the unit carton looks like. Super adorable. I really like Glamlite's blushes. I find that they're quite pigmented, so that's good if you're looking for a pigmented blush. But the thing that really drew me to this one in particular is the colors that they have. So here is what the colors look like. More like softer pinks, one more like mauvey and one more that's warm. They look so beautiful. So I'm gonna go in very lightly with a fluffy brush. I'm gonna go into this shade, the more warm pink first. That is really, really pretty. It's definitely more on the buildable side, in my opinion. Like, that doesn't feel overly pigmented, although it may just be because the shade is lighter. But yeah, I was able to go in kind of with a heavier hand and it looks really, really nice. So love that. It is a true matte blush. Like, there's no shimmer, there's no shine. I like a matte blush, so I have no complaints about that. All right, I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna get the rest of myself together, do my hair, change my shirt. I will come back to show you the finished look. All right, and this is the finished look. What do you think? I love it. I love how this came out. I feel so very Valentine's Day themed. And I love the eye look. I think everything worked really well. Like I said, that black, very pigmented, but I was able to make it work. I just would suggest going in with a very small amount and building up because it's very pigmented. Shimmer, absolutely beautiful. The other mattes that I used, absolutely beautiful. The shimmer in my inner corner, so pretty. Love when brands put in iridescent duochrome. And the blush looks absolutely beautiful. Like, this is probably my favorite blush that Glamlite has done. This one and the strawberry shortcake one. Stunning. I don't know what else to say. I love it. My hair can't be tamed. I tried. She's living her best life right now, and that's okay. But yes, let me know your thoughts. Did you pick anything up from the Betty Boop collection? Did you pass on it? Are you thinking about it? Let me know. Especially if you picked up other things from the collection, let me know how you're liking them. I would really be interested to get that feedback. But yes, all right, I'm gonna send you off to the last look, which will be with the Beauty Bay Reckless Romance palette. All right, we have our fourth and final look. This one is with the Beauty Bay Reckless Romance palette. This is my first time trying Beauty Bay, so I'm very excited. Let me know your thoughts on Beauty Bay eyeshadows if you've used them before. What palettes have you used? Do you enjoy their shadows? I have already swatched this palette, and I will say the shadows feel really nice. The mattes feel nice. The shimmers feel really pretty. Some of them are a little more on the toppery side and some have a little more opacity to them. So I'm looking forward to it. One thing I will say I do like about the shimmers is they don't feel chunky or textured, which is not my favorite formula. So let me give you a little information about this palette and then we'll get started. So this is the Reckless Romance 20 color palette by Beauty Bay. It retails for $22. Embrace your dark feminine energy with the Reckless Romance palette starring 20 edgy matte and shimmer shades that create countless sultry looks. This palette is perfect for every kind of date, night, or day, ranging from sparkling silvers and grungy grays to pops of berry. This is an affair worth getting into. Vegan and cruelty free. I did buy this from Beauty Bay's website myself. And as you can see, I have tape on my eyes. I couldn't find Scotch tape, so I'm using like craft washi tape. It's an expensive tape day today, okay? This is what I got. And it is Valentine's Day, the day that I'm filming this, so I wanna do something smoky, okay? I am going out to dinner with my husband tonight, and this is my first Valentine's Day married. So I'm very excited, but yeah. So I'm thinking something a little smokier. That's what I'm thinking, we'll see. All right, I've already primed my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. First gonna go in with the shade Soulmate with a fluffy brush and just blend this through my crease. It actually built up a little darker on my eyes than it looks like in the pan. So I like that. I was able to like shear it out to make it a gradient, but I can already tell like building it up deeper in my crease, I can make it deeper. All right, next I'm gonna go in with the shade Last Night, this kind of deeper, kind of gray color here, and just place this a little lower in the crease as well as the outer corner. Very pigmented. I can already tell these pieces of tape are not even. So love that for me. All right, next up, I'm gonna go in with the shade Paparazzi, this like really deep berry color, and just put it lower in the crease, a little bit more in the outer corner. I was gonna deepen it up with the matte black, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. I'm gonna put some NYX glitter primer all over my lid. These shimmers, like the actual tones of them all look so beautiful. I'm gonna go in with the shade Encore. It's like a taupe, looks so pretty. I'm just gonna put that all over the lid. Really, really pretty. Really pretty. Just a standard shimmer. There's nothing really overly special about it. Doesn't shift. There's not a ton of sparkle, but it is just a really pretty standard shimmer, which I like a lot of the time. So I'm not complaining about that at all whatsoever. Okay, it's time for the moment of truth. We're gonna take off the tape. Let's see how even they are. They're not even, as I suspected. This one's way higher. That's okay. That's what makeup wipes are for. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna put some more makeup on my face, fix this situation. I will come back, we will finish the lower lash line together. All right, I'm back with makeup on my face. Let's do the lower lash line. Actually, after further inspection away from this big light, I discovered two things. First, these aren't that uneven. I didn't really have to adjust them, so that was exciting. And then this shimmer on my lid does have a little bit of sparkle to it. This light is really bright and really big. And in lower light, like away from the light, I could definitely see that little sparkle. I think it's honestly so beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a little tiny brush into the shade Paparazzi, that darkest matte that we used. And I'm just going to run this up against my lower lash line. And I'm gonna connect it to the wing. I kind of screwed up and got the shadow everywhere, so we'll deal with that later. I'm gonna take another like kind of small brush and I'm gonna go into the shade, actually I'm gonna go into the shade Fling up here, which is a mauve shade, and I'm just gonna blend it out again. I'm gonna go in with another little fluffy brush into that same shade Fling and just keep blending. Because there's an actual line here that I didn't realize, I didn't mean for that to happen, but I think it just happened because of the tape. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to purposely make it a wing. So I'm gonna go in with a little angled brush and I'm gonna go into Paparazzi. I'm actually gonna spray the brush and I'm gonna connect the black liner that I have on my top lid to the wing. Yeah, that way it looks like it was on purpose. This eye looks really, really bad. I'm not happy with how that looks. That's not the shadow's fault. It was my hand that slipped.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
All right, that's better. I just blended it for a good 30 strokes. I'm gonna take a tiny itty bitty little fluffy brush and I'm gonna go into the bone colored matte called Number One. And I'm actually going to use this to blend the edges. I'm gonna wipe that same brush off and I'm gonna go into the first matte shade, Soulmate, and blend it all out. Do we have enough blending to do today? All right, for my inner quarter, I'm going to use the shade Girlfriend. If I'm recalling correctly, this one is a little bit more sheer, like of a topper shade, so I'm gonna pick it up as much as I can and I'm gonna spray the brush. Very pretty. And I was going to use ColourPop Joyride in my waterline, but this is a little too red for this look in my opinion, so I'm just gonna put a black liner in my waterline. I will come back with the rest of my face done and I will show you the final look. All right, we're back. I have a friend here. Ooh. This is George. He's one of my cats. I know a few new people here asked about my cats. I have 2 cats, but this one is George. He's just a kitten. He's just barely a little over 4 months. And he says, that's enough, I've had enough. Okay, but wait, you're so cute. Yeah, you're so cute. And my other cat is sleeping somewhere. He used to love being picked up, but ever since I got this kitten, he's like too cool for me. I think he's still adjusting. You're not here for the cats. Let's get to the look. So this is the finished look. Honestly, I love how this came out. I'm feeling very sultry for Valentine's Day. And I'm really impressed with the formula. Like, so far, the first look I created, I had no problems with either the mattes or the shimmers. And I just absolutely love this color story. I've been wanting to try Beauty Bay for a really long time, and I've been waiting for a color story to speak to me, and this is the one that spoke to me. And I'm really, really glad that I picked it up because honestly, I love this look. I love this look. And I love all 4 looks that I got out of all 4 palettes today. I really don't have complaints. Of course, this is not a review. You know that. I've probably mentioned that in the intro. I have to keep using these palettes, but I hope I gave you some inspo if you were planning on picking up these palettes, if you did pick up these palettes, if you want to shop your stash and recreate something, or if you're just here for funsies. I appreciate you so much. Leave me a comment down below and let me know because I love hearing from you. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you leave. I do upload videos weekly and I'd love to see you back on my channel again. I want to thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.